Fantastic Four First Steps is directed by Matt Shackman and stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ibn Mas Barkrak. In the film, the Fantastic Four must protect their own world from a terrible entity known as Galactus. I was excited to see Fantastic Four First Steps because we've never had a good Fantastic Four movie up until now. There's been 4 attempts and they failed every time in making a great film. I'm not like a complete hater on the 2000 movies with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. I think that those movies are fine. But the 2015 version, my god, that movie was just awful. And here, I really liked Fantastic Four First Steps. I'm so glad that I'm saying that because I did not know really what to expect with this movie, but we just had Thunderbolts released earlier this year from the MCU, and that was really good. So I was cautiously optimistic that this would be great as well, and I really enjoyed this movie. I thought that the acting was great, the special effects were really good, and the action scenes are really well filmed. And this movie is really rapid fire. Like there isn't really a boring moment throughout the film, and that's because the pacing and the runtime is really quick. It's only like 1 hour and 30 minutes, and when I saw that, I was a bit worried. But I think that the runtime works for this film. I don't really see this movie being longer than it is. And yeah, I was really pleased with this version of the Fantastic Four. I like all of the performers in this film. Vanessa Kirby, I think, gives the strongest performance here, and there's more attention to her character. I love her relationship with Pedro Pascal. I think that they have good chemistry in this film, and I really enjoyed Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I know that he has been criticized a lot ever since he was cast, and it almost feels he was cast because he's been so popular. But I think that he is good as Richards. I think that he could almost lead the Avengers, and they do a good job showing how smart he is in this movie. I didn't really agree with everything that he did per se, but I think that he does seem smart in this film, and he cares a lot about his wife and his friends. I really enjoyed Joseph Quinn as well as Johnny Storm, and he was really good. He had good chemistry with Ibn Mas Bakrak. I think that both of them were really good together, and I really liked Ibn as the Thing. I think the Thing is great here in this movie. I'm glad that we don't really see an origin story here. We get a quick 5-minute recap, as it should be, because we've seen the Fantastic Four movies redone so many times now. It's refreshing to just get into it. Galactus, I thought, was really handled well. I liked him as a villain. I think he is a menacing presence. I wondered how they were going to do him, but I think that they found a way to make him really just cool and intimidating, and I really like that. Also, Silver Surfer, I liked her. I thought that she could have used a little more character development. I would have liked to have seen more of her. And I enjoyed this futuristic 1960s world that Marvel set up. I thought that it was great. Also, there's a big space scene in the middle of this film. I thought it was the best part of the movie by far. The scene where the Fantastic Four head to space, I think, is just really great. There's a lot of things that are just impossible in this film, and I'm not really talking about the technology they use, but some things just don't make sense. It's the kind of movie where characters talk really fast, so you don't really take the time to understand what they're saying. Because what they're saying really just doesn't make any sense most of the time. And I don't really see this as a problem here because this is a comic book film, and a lot of MCU movies don't really make much sense. Endgame, I'm sorry, is a great film, but it doesn't make much sense. And I'm gonna compare this movie to Endgame a little bit, because there are stuff in this movie that you're just like wondering why this choice was made, or why the characters just decided to save the world this way, or it just didn't really make any sense to me while what I was watching the movie. But yeah, overall, minus these, I don't know, gripes, I think that this movie is really fun. It's engaging. I like the characters. The special effects are really great there. And minus like the baby, I think, I'm not gonna reveal whose baby it is, but there's a baby here, and they use CGI, and I think that it is really just kind of noticeable. It's not terrible, but I don't like CGI humans. They are just really bad most of the time. So I'd give this movie a B plus. I was really surprised by this film. I had a great time while watching this movie. I'm gonna switch on to the spoiler section of this video. Just talk about spoilers a little bit, because there are some stuff I think that could have been handled a lot better in the film. Yeah, I was really into it for most of the film. There are just some parts of the film that I think are lacking, and that to me it's kind of the science of the movie. Like, some of it just doesn't make sense. They were gonna move the planet billions and billions of years away from Galactus. Like, I thought that that was kind of silly. There was also like the Johnny Storm learning the Silver Surfer language. I just didn't understand that part at all. It made no sense to me whatsoever. Like, how could he learn her language when he had just heard like one sentence from her? I just didn't understand that scene, and that's what I meant when like characters are talking really fast and you don't have time really to process what they're saying. That's an example. And yeah, I didn't really understand why Reed Richards told the world Galactus wanted their baby. He didn't have to tell the world that, and I think that it just added unnecessary conflict. It was just a stupid decision on Reed's part to tell everybody Galactus wanted their baby, because now everybody's gonna want to sacrifice the baby. And like, I like that Sue Storm like won't consider it, but Reed actually does at one point. He would never have done it, but he actually considers every option available to them, because the world is at stake. And like, I get it. I don't know what I would do. But yeah, the whole scene in space where Sue Storm gives birth, I think, is by far the best part of the film. It is just really entertaining. And you got the Silver Surfer chasing after them, and they're going through a wormhole. And here's the thing, like, I thought about that. When they were going through the wormhole, it feels like time would have been different on Earth. I know I've watched Interstellar, but like, physics don't really matter in these types of movies. They don't matter in comic book movies. And I like the ending. I know some people don't like the ending very much, where they evacuate New York, and I don't understand why they evacuate New York under New York. That just doesn't make sense to me. They could have maybe evacuated everybody out of New York, but hey, like, at least they got everybody to safety just before Galactus came. Maybe like not everybody made it out. I don't know. Galactus comes for the baby. They plan to trap him and to throw him out into a portal. Their plan doesn't work. Galactus sees the ruse. He goes after the real baby. And I love that Sue Storm manages to hold him back. She pushes him into the portal, and he is like taken away to this other realm, this other universe. I really love the way this movie ended. Like, I knew that they wouldn't kill off Sue Storm. Like, the baby gave her her life force back, her life back. I was expecting that. Like, I didn't expect her to die or anything, but I'm glad she's still alive. And the joke at the end was fine. Like, I didn't need the joke at the end. The last scene, I didn't really need that, but it was alright. Like, it didn't really bother me or anything. And the post-credit scene of the film, I think, is pretty cool. I would have liked maybe to have seen Doctor Doom's face. as he holds the baby. We don't see him. I would have liked to have seen Robert Downey Jr., but hey, we gotta accept what we get, right? So, but yeah, I was really satisfied with this film overall, and of course, the score of the film I thought stood out. I really enjoyed the score. The score was cool. It was exciting. I'm just really invested with these characters. So yeah, let me know what you thought about Fantastic Four First Step down in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.